Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy A51, and today I'll show you how to bypass the Google verification on this phone. Now, before I actually get started, I'll quickly touch upon the different things that we'll need for this process, because it might exclude some people from actually being able to achieve this, so do not waste your time. The most important thing you will need is another Samsung device. Now, it needs to be a Samsung device. Unfortunately, there's no way around it, and that is probably the biggest requirement. I will be using some kind of old J, I think it's 7 or something like that. I don't exactly know what the model is, but basically any model with a One UI will suffice. Then additionally, we will need a computer. We'll also need internet access on both the phone and the computer, and I think that might be it. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight to it. Now, I'll also warn you that throughout the process, when I move over to the computer, I will be using a different device for this. That is because it was pre-recorded before with another phone, but the process is exactly the same, so don't worry. This works the exact same way. You basically plug it in, run the program there. I basically guide you on what you need to do. And all you do is get a pop-up on your phone. It doesn't matter which Samsung device it is, it gives you the pop-up regardless. And you select view, which you will see what I mean once you actually see the pop-up. So anyway, to get to it, I'm gonna now jump over to the computer side. So now, actually, one additional thing, last one. Before you begin this with the computer side, do connect to Wi-Fi before you do. I don't think I mentioned that throughout any of the video on the computer side, so do connect to your network before you start it. The program will also tell you that as well. So anyway, now let's jump to it. There we go, it goes straight to the corner, and in the description you should see links either to the HardReset website or to the two things that you need to download. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look like in the description. I'm not going to be putting it out there, but if there is files are missing there or for some reason aren't there, what you can do is simply navigate to HardReset.Info and then search for Galaxy M22. I know this is a different model, but the process is exactly the same. And in here, once you open it up, you want to scroll down, and right here you have the factory reset protocol or protection, and choose bypass Google verification. And this is for the patch from 6.21. So there we go. What I mean by that is basically when you tap on it, I think, yeah, you will have two different options right here. So we're looking for this one, which is number 1. So anyway, from here, you want to download both of these Samsung drivers and the FRP bypass tool. I already have drivers installed, and this is downloaded for me, but I will mention or guide you through one little thing. So this should download and install without any kind of problem. Now this will pose problem, and you can see it right away. So I'm going to show you how to solve it. So once you start trying to download it, boom, it's all good so far. You try to save it, and bam, Chrome blocks it because it thinks it's a virus. So from here, we're gonna go into the 3 dots, downloads, and you can then keep anyway, and it should download it no problem. And there we go, it's now downloaded. So that is how you would just download this. Now additionally, once you download this file, which let me open up mine, there we go, and you extract it, you will basically navigate to it, and that's where another problem starts, which is Windows removes the file automatically because it considers it a virus. And yes, I understand this is probably a little bit sketched that two different programs or one system and a browser tells you that it's a virus. So I will mention it, open it at your own risk. I'm using my work computer here specifically for this, so it doesn't really matter. And it does work. You will see that it does work, although it has caveats like opening up your web browser with a link to, I believe, the creator of this whenever you launch the program, specifically this program. And that's the only time it will happen. Whenever you launch it, it will open up your browser with the thing. So, okay. So anyway, going back to the Windows blocking it or removing it, you will get a pop-up in the bottom right corner saying virus protection. Just click on it, and then you will have the option to basically allow it to go through, and you should be able to run it. And from here, once you actually have the file and you can run it, you want to right click on it, select run as admin, and yes, give it a second. There's the website that it opens up, as you can see. So you can just close this, and you should see this right over here. So you will start off by selecting disable driver signature. It will basically disable whatever it needs to, and once it does, it will tell you that you need to reboot your device, or device meaning computer. So you will simply reboot the computer, and once you boot it up, it will give you this kind of pop-up that you usually see when Windows wants you to activate Windows. But it won't be activate Windows, it will tell you that the computer is right now in test mode, which is completely fine. It's what's basically needed for this to run properly. So basically it looks the same as activate Windows, but it's not. Just want to point that out there. So from there you want to open it up again, the software right here, and this time around, once you have already disabled the drivers and rebooted your device, this time around you're going to click on bypass FRP. Now on your phone you do need to be connected to Wi-Fi, which I already am, otherwise I wouldn't be seeing this page right here. And from there tap on OK. It will start doing whatever it's doing, installing drivers. Now considering the install drivers right here, normally when you're doing this for the first time, it will give you a pop-up on Windows with the installation of drivers, so you want to confirm it, and it will take a little bit longer than it did right here. But once it does, it should run fine, depending if you don't have any kind of drivers that will not play nicely. Because like I said, it doesn't always work as it should, at least not easily. I had problems with this running more times than I actually had it running, so that is something that I'll put out there just for people that will consider this to not work. It does work, it just needs really strict environment to work. That's why I'm saying it might be better to have a fresh Windows installed just for this and then try it from there. Now once you have run it, as you can see, there's the pop-up right here. It will disappear if you click somewhere else on the screen and not on the pop-up itself, so just keep that in mind. If it disappears, just plug it in and simply tap on bypass FRP once more, and it should work fine. Now if it disappears and you need to get it on, again, it sometimes might happen that the program won't open it up the first time around, so if or after you already got it. As an example, let me just show you, just trying to remove any kind of problems right here that I can. So right now I got rid of the pop-up, which is required for the process, and if I press bypass FRP right now, it might not work. We'll see. Okay, so it did work this time, but like I said, there might be a problem that it didn't work. So if that is the case, then all you need to do is turn it off and turn it back on, and it should work just fine. So anyway, right here on the computer side, this is basically all done. Once you have the pop-up, I can lock the device and continue onwards. Now I will basically stop the recording right here and move to a different kind of setup so I can continue the process. So see you there. Okay, so now that we're back, you can see I still have the pop-up right here. Or just now, depending how you look at it, and all you need to do is select view, accept and continue, and no thanks, and this will open up our web browser. Now there is a chance that we'll need to go back to the computer side once we update our Galaxy store, but that doesn't always happen, so I don't know what it is dependent on. I guess we'll see if it happens for me or not. So anyway, let's navigate to HardReset.Info/bypass website. Like so. And right here you can see, oops, you can see the Galaxy store. So click on it. And once it loads up, you can see there is a try now option. So this will launch the Galaxy Store. And unfortunately, we do need to update it before we can start. So let's select update. And there is a chance that once you update it, it will take us back to the setup screen. So I guess we'll see that in a second if this is going to happen here or not. Okay, so it took us to the web browser, which is completely fine. Now, for those people that happen to be back on their locked screen, you need to basically connect the device back to your computer, and from there only run the program through bypass FRP, which will bring up the window. You don't actually need to go through the entire thing, just single click when the device is plugged in to get back the pop-up, select view, and that will bring you to YouTube this time around, not the Chrome browser. So you will need to go to the accounts, which is this tiny little icon in the corner for accounts. Go to about and YouTube terms of service, which will open up your browser. And from there continue again through the website, then to Galaxy Store, to try now, to launch it. Let's close the ad. And from here, we're gonna look for S9 launcher. So let's search S9 launcher theme. There we go. Comes up as a suggested. From there, select download. Now you do need to log into your account, and this comes. This is going to be important. So whatever account you use right here to log in, it needs to be the same account that you have on your other device, the unlocked one that you will be using for this process as well. So I'm going to be inserting an account that I have already logged into on this device. Let me just quickly check if it's the exact same, because there's a chance that it got changed. Okay, so you can see right here, HardReset.Info 1. Now, when you're typing in your Samsung account, even though, as you just seen, it says gmail.com, it's Samsung account with a Gmail ending, and you do need to add that ending. So there we go. So like so. Then I'm gonna go to next, and obviously I'm gonna put in the password, but I'm gonna do that off the screen for obvious reasons. And as you can see, I am now logged in. So from here, let's select more and agree, and this will install. Gonna cancel this. So this will now install this, allow and download, install anyway. And once it's installed, you want to open it up, continue, okay, enter. Okay, and there we go. So as you can see, we're now in the S9 launcher. The device is still locked, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna now lock it and set it to the side because we're now virtually done right here. So move it over, and I'm gonna bring this device into view. Actually, let's just kind of maybe fit both of them. Okay. So now, going to the unlocked device, you will need to download one application. So start off by actually logging into the Samsung account. So as you remembered, I am already logged in here with the HardReset.Info 1 Gmail account. And it is the same account that I have logged into the Play Store, or not Play Store, but Samsung Store right on this device, which is, which they basically are now in a sync almost. So on this device, the unlocked one, you want to open up Play Store, and you're going to look for application called Alliance Shield X. I am connected to network, so there we go. It's a little bit slow. It comes up as a suggested right here, Alliance Shield X. Click on it, and you can see I already have it downloaded. So for you, it will be obviously looking like any of these without actually being installed yet. So you want to install it, and from there just keep it on your phone. You don't actually need to open it up. And just going into the apps, you can see it right here in my apps. So once you have that application installed, you want to now go into your settings. From here, go to, where is it? Let me quickly find. I assume it's going to be under cloud and accounts. Yep, backup and restore. And then you want to select backup data. So this will now create a backup of your device. Now it will give you an option where you can back up here. I'm going to unselect everything, and I'm going to select only applications. That's the same thing that you want to do. And from there, you want to select backup. And it's done. So now on here, I'm gonna now go into settings. There we go, settings. You're gonna now navigate back into the backup and reset or restore, which, there we go, accounts and backup. It's going to be right here, and you want to select restore data. Update Samsung Cloud, I guess, sure. Now once you update Samsung Cloud, you need to give it a moment. It's basically updating it in the background, but because the device is locked, it's not giving us any kind of information like that. Technically, we should still be in the setup screen, so the device is not really prepared to display that kind of information yet. So just give it a couple minutes, and basically what you can do is now tap on restore data, and if nothing happens, that means that it didn't finish updating it yet. But if it progresses further, then you're good to go. Now, as you can see, through the restore, it automatically selects the Galaxy J7, so you can tap on the drop-down menu and change it if you have different kind of phones that you can restore from. Make sure that you're restoring the same one that you have right here, the unlocked one that you just made a backup of. And from there, once you have the options visible, what you can restore, you want to navigate into the apps, tap on an arrow right here, and you want to basically unselect everything and have only the Alliance Shield X application selected. That's the only thing that we want to install on this device. From there, click on done, select restore, and install. And it's done. So let's click on done. Select later once this pops up, and you want to go back to the launcher right here. And we're looking now for the application that we have restored, which for me is right here. You want to open it up. Gonna skip this thing right here. And from here, you will need to create an account. Now, unfortunately, you cannot use some kind of temporary email if you were thinking about it. I tried this at one point in the previous video, and this completely screws up a lot of things, makes it a little bit harder. So when you try to use a temp mail, I'm gonna quickly explain what will happen, is this trash application has basically a database dedicated just for that. So if you try that temp mail, they will basically ban you for spamming. I'm not sure what you were spamming with, considering you literally just made the account, but hey, you're banned as a spammer. Now the ban is, I'm not exactly sure for how long, because the application is not very great at determining that. I think it said that it will end, but at like specific point, but the specific point that it's supposed to end is basically where it begins, unless I misread it. But anyway, if you try to use some kind of temporary mail or get the ban, it's an IP ban. So you will need to find a different network that you can try to create an account on, Or what I did to combat this, I basically created a hotspot and made a account using a hotspot, this time around without actually using a temp mail. And additionally, if you're not very keen on giving away your personal email address, which is totally understandable, and I would say basically you're right to do so, then what you will have to do, unfortunately, is basically create a throwaway account or throwaway email address, because you do need to verify that email address. So you create one that you can basically verify, and from there just get rid of it and forget about it. Now, I already did create my account, so I don't have to, but if you're going to be creating right now, you just kind of go through register and follow the registration form there. So I'm going to now log in with my account. So I need to actually check what I had it saved as, because I actually don't remember. Great, it's not actually suggesting me, so that might be a little bit challenging. I think there was something like this, and okay. To be honest, you can use this this account if it still exists. If it does not, then I'm sorry. But yeah, let's sign in. And there we go, so it worked. From here you can name your device. Doesn't really matter what you name it. Name it the name of the device to keep it simple. Click next. Make sure you check this on, device admin. Activate. Go to next. Enable Knox. Next. Again next. And finish. Okay, there we go. At the bottom, you will see a bunch of red dots and green dots. So make sure that admin and Knox is enabled. And from here, we're gonna navigate to App Manager. And I'm gonna actually quickly check what I need to find, because there was a little bit of a long string right here. Okay, so let's close this. And we're searching number one for service mode. There we go, service mode. And once you click on it, you then want to go to activities, as you can see in the tabs at the top. And we're looking for a string called ComSec Android App Mode EMUI Activities USB Settings. Honestly, in that convoluted name, all you really need to look for is USB settings, which is right at the bottom. I already did it, so I know where it is. As you can see right here, USB settings. So everything is basically the same until the last string. So as you can see, phone, utility, whatever, then I have phone, something else. And the USB settings is only one here. So once you find it, select it, and then choose open. And in here, select the MTP plus ADB. And there we go. So we're done on this side. So now we're gonna move back to the computer. Now this time around, I will be using this device for this process because it is continuation of this. And I'll basically continue from the computer. So yeah, let's move right over there. Now I'll leave the phone as it is right now, so you will see it cutting in the same state as it is right now. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so now on the computer side, you can see the phone is, like I said, in the same exact state as it was before. And from here, what we need to do is, I'm not exactly sure if the link there will be for the Galaxy S21 or not. But if it is, it doesn't really matter. It's the same files that you will need for it as well. So anyway, let's scroll all the way down to, what is it, step 70. And you want to download the FRP Unlocker application. Now, I know the name sounds super sketchy. And honestly, let me just quickly do something just so you can see that this is working, and I'm not really like trying to give you dolphins or anything. So I'm gonna remove these, which is the same file. I'm gonna download this one. As you can see, it did download right now. I'm gonna then open it up. Run it as admin. Give it a second. As you can see, there is no device detected. This will change in a second. Yes, I'll unplug it and replug it. Oh, there it was. So we need to accept this. So let's select always allow and then allow. Hello. There we go. Not sure why it popped up 3 times. But as you can see, we needed to enable the debugging mode, and now it's showing up in the application right here. So from here, select unlock. It's processing. And there we go, success. Now keep it open still. There's a chance that we'll need to use it once again. Allow access to phone data. Actually don't remember if we need to allow or not, so I'm gonna quickly check. Allow. Assuming this was it. Oh, no, it wasn't. But anyway, once you have gone through this, as you can see, it is showing success. Hold the park key on your phone. Okay, apparently we need to hold park key and the volume down because this brings up Bixby. So park key and volume down. Select restart. Restart once more. And simply wait for the device to reboot. Now, there's 2 things that might happen right here. So number 1 will be that the device will boot up and everything will be good to go right from the get-go. There's a chance that it will not be good to go right from the get-go, but the screen will be like flickering and sliding all over the place and basically will be unusable. In this case, all you need to do is basically reconnect it to the computer and run this program once more. And this should solve your problem. But there is also a chance that it will not, and in this case you will access the recovery mode and perform a factory reset of the device, which will then solve your problem. Now in here, as you can see, I think everything is working just fine right from the get-go. Not exactly sure what I'm supposed to select here. Okay, selecting nothing works. The reason why I was a little bit lost here because that didn't show up before, but as you can see, I just kind of backed out of it. I didn't select anything. So I do have the home screen right now, which is what you're looking for. And like I mentioned before, there's a chance that this will not bring you to the home screen. There is a possibility that it will glitch out and your phone will try to launch the home screen, but the phone itself will be stopping it because of the setup screen, so it will kind of like just be sliding all over the place, trying to open it up and close it at the same time. And like I said, if that is the case, go back to the application, connect the phone. All you need to do is connect it and then run this, again, unlock FRP option, and again, reboot the device and everything should be fine. Like I mentioned, if it's not, which is a possibility, then simply perform a factory reset of the device, which will allow you to finish up the setup of the device. So yeah, and from here, once you have the home screen, you need to go into your settings, scroll all the way down to general management, reset, factory data reset, and simply reset the device. So all you do is I believe it asks you to provide the account password, which you have logged in. So as you can see, it's going to be the account that was like used right here for the application in the Galaxy store. So it uses it to log into your device, and then you will need to confirm it to reset the device. Once you do so, once you reset the device, it will also remove the old account which was blocking you. I will go to a factory reset, which will take a couple minutes, but once it's finished, you will be then back in the setup screen and just go to the setup of the phone however you like. Now I'm not going to go through it on the video because personally I don't think it brings up any more value to this content, so from there it's just kind of self-explanatory setup, and that's about it. So that being said, this will conclude the bypass of this device, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.